Hey tube viewers, TJ Pyramid here. Just had to wet my whistle with some nice refreshing water. So this is a VR to my pal Falagar, Sammy. A video that he did about basically, don't take away our physical media. I have been collecting movies, back starting with like VHS tapes for a long time now. I mean, probably the only other thing I've been doing longer than collecting VHS tapes is probably playing video games and being handsome, you know. So, I mean, I even have old VHS store cards, World of Video, that used to be in McMinnville, Oregon, and my membership card to Video Express, which used to be in McMinnville, Oregon, where I used to go on weekends. My mom would take me there, and I would spend a couple hours browsing the shelves, picking up the cool VHS covers that had the cool art, and taking a stack up there and be like, this is the weekend that I want to have with my friends. Invite everybody over and just have fantastic time. And now, where I live here in Salem, the Blockbusters are gone. And before that, the Hollywood videos are gone. We have no type of, well, we do. We have one store that still rents DVDs and Blu-rays. It's called like Mr. Video or something like that. And but it's kind of in a suburb of Salem called Kaiser, which is nowhere close to here. I mean, to get there, it would probably be like, I don't know. It's just a pain in the ass trip to get there. So, I mean, I've never been to the place. That's just how out of the way it is for me. I dread the day that physical media disappears, that this stuff behind me, that I can't walk into a store, pick it up, and look at it. I even sometimes hate buying stuff online, like on Amazon or something like that, because, I can click on the image, I can see the picture of what it's supposed to be, I can read, okay, yeah, it's supposed to be in good condition, like new condition, but who's to say, people's ideas of what's good condition and what's like new condition varies, so, it's hard to trust that stuff. I've rented film, or bought films before that were supposed to be like new, and when I got them, they weren't, so I can't, I hate having to buy stuff on there. Which I guess is kind of another thing, too, about, it's like, do I like to go into an FYE or a Walmart or something and pick up something and look at it? Yes, I love it. But then I always have that thought in my mind of like, what if I can get this cheaper on Amazon? And most of the time I can, but, it's about 50-50. Sometimes I'll just be like, okay, screw it, I don't want to deal with Amazon. I don't want to deal with Amazon. I'll just pay the couple extra bucks and buy it right now. I've looked at it, I've seen it, it's brand new or it's used, and I've had them open and I've looked at the disc, it's fine. I can buy it right now and just bypass Amazon or bypass any of the places online that you can buy stuff, So I love the physical aspect of physical media. I love being able to turn it around, slide it out of the slipcase, just hold it and look at it, crack it open, pop out the disc, look at the disc. If it's dusty, blow on it a little bit, Just that. I love that. I despise Netflix, Redbox, any of those. Any type of kiosk type thing where I go up and put in a credit card or whatever it may be and pick a movie I want to rent for a day or two, and no. I do not like it, and in the future, I have no plans on ever renting anything from Netflix or Redbox. I don't even care the color of the box. Black box, purple box, chick flicks, hit flicks. I don't care. I don't see myself doing it. I have more than enough films behind me and in the other room over there to last me for years upon years if physical media should ever die. I don't ever want to see it go, and that's the collector in me. I don't like the idea of like having, the whatever it may be, the Xbox or the PlayStation or whatever, and downloading a whole season of a show or downloading a movie and keeping it on my game console or some shit like that. Just like on the computers, I don't download movies of any type on the computer to keep on the computer to watch TV shows. I don't watch TV shows on my computer. I don't know. Probably because I have cable, but even if I didn't, I don't think I would, and I don't really think I would miss it that much because I do have the physical stuff behind me, and I really don't need the digital stuff. The collector in me is going to hate when that day comes that just like when stores started to phase out cassette tapes and when they started to phase out the VHS. I can remember our FYE back when it was either Blockbuster Music or Warehouse Music or one of the two, that when they had put up their signs of saying, as of this date, we will no longer be buying or selling VHS tapes. And man, I remember our Suncoast when they got rid of their VHS tapes, and it was just, even though DVDs were coming out and it was still a physical media, I was still like, oh man, but I like VHS tapes. But I guess the phasing out of DVDs and Blu-rays for digital is a little bit, a little bit worse than the VHS to DVD. And I actually don't really know how good Blu-ray is doing because it seems like everywhere I go, Blu-rays are getting to be almost as cheap, in fact, sometimes even cheaper than the DVDs. I've noticed that at my Best Buy, I've noticed that at FYE, I've noticed that at Walmart, especially used stuff at FYE. Their Blu-rays are super cheap, and they don't give you as much credit for Blu-rays. Their DVDs cost more, and you get more credit for bringing in DVDs. So I'm not really sure what that says about the whole Blu-ray thing. And eventually, I don't know, I definitely don't think that Blu-ray is going to have as long as a lifespan as DVD, because I've just been noticing, like I just said, it just doesn't seem to be as popular. There's a local record shop we have here called Ranch Records that really they don't even buy Blu-rays anymore because they can't sell them. Nobody's coming in there to buy them. The people come in and the people are coming up to the counters with DVDs for whatever reason. I don't know. But I'll take physical media in any form. I don't give a shit if it goes back to beta. Hell, give me a Betamax player and some beta tapes and I'll have a good night. Give me the giant Laserdisc and a Laserdisc player. I'll be perfectly fine. I mean, I got a VCR still hooked up right over here. It's a DVD VCR, so I still have a VCR. I still have VHS tapes. I still watch VHS tapes. And I always will. I'll always watch the DVDs. I'll always watch the Blu-rays I have over here. And, Lord willing, I never have to give them up for some reason. It just, I mean, I still see a huge amount of people, like when I go into the FYE and stuff, of people actually in there looking at movies and stuff, so that's always a good thing that, it's not just me and the wife walking in there and it's like you hear crickets because we're the only ones in there still buying actual physical DVDs or Blu-rays and shit. We just went in there today and there was a good amount of people in there. And when they have a good sale, you get more people. But, I like my DVDs. I love my Blu-rays. I love my DVDs. I love that they have the special features. I would hate to have it be where every single release that comes out is a bare bones, where you get the movie and that's it. The only way I could put up with bare bones release is if what they talked about before of releasing either the DVD or the Blu-ray in stores the same day that the movie comes out in movie theaters for around the same price as a movie ticket, but it would be the bare bones copy of the film, so you could at least take it home and watch it, or you could choose to go to the movie theater. But obviously that wasn't successful. I don't think the studios are going to be backing that anytime soon, really. But I remember there was talk to be like, well, I don't want to go to the movie theater. I'd like to see the movie the day it opens, so I can just go to the store and pick it up for a few bucks, bring it home and watch it. It's bare bones, and I'll have to wait the 3 or 4 months or whatever it is for it to come out on a special edition, and then I can go rebuy it again or take the copy I have and trade it in towards the new release and get a couple bucks off. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm going away from the original topic, but I love physical media. I love being able to pick up, look at, and see with my own eyes everything there. I don't trust clicking on something to download it or putting my credit card somewhere to rent something. I dread the day that physical media disappears. It's the same thing with books. When all the libraries close. I mean, there's libraries now that don't have books that you can rent out. It's all like ebooks. It's all digital shit. So, it's the same thing with books. Eventually, you won't be able to flip through the pages of a book, and it's probably going to be the same way with newspapers. It's going to be the same way with video games, too. Anything that you have right now physically, Blu-ray, DVD, books, newspapers, magazines, eventually that's all going to be gone. It's all going to be on some fucking tablet or through your TV or through your gaming console or through your computer, and the physical aspect is going to be gone. But what can anybody do? These companies keep putting out special editions of films, but some of these companies are charging so goddamn much for some of these films that there's a lot of us collectors that can't afford to keep up with some of the releases that these companies put out because of the ridiculous price. We gotta wait weeks and months down the road to even be able to come up with the money to buy certain versions of films. I just think some of these companies might have the demon voice. Some of these companies, that's just how I feel about it. And
either the companies are going to go broke because eventually the collectors are going to get wise to their greediness, or I guess someday I'll be fully digital. And if you want to talk to me, you'll have to download me. It's my video. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe, spread the word. Cheers.